Hello, this is Jordan, and this is your precious metals video market update. This is being recorded on the evening of Tuesday, March 24th, 2015. In respect to the question, is this rally that we're seeing in precious metals going to be a bear market rally or the start of a new bull market? One thing we can look at is comparing precious metals to the equity market. And in this chart, we have gold against the S&P 500 at the top, gold stocks against the S&P in the middle, and then gold against global stocks, the Morgan Stanley World Index, which excludes the US. And we can see that these ratios have been in clear downtrends. The one at the bottom, gold against world stocks, has been going sideways since the beginning of 2014, but essentially all three really need to break out, in my opinion, before we can confirm that precious metals are in a new bull market. So this is just something we'll have to watch in the days and weeks ahead. And what we want to see is a clear breakout move, not just a little move that goes over the red resistance line a little bit. It needs to be a strong move that would indicate that at this point in the marketplace that there's been a shift, that money is coming out of the stock market and going into precious metals. So this is something I'm going to be watching, and I believe all of you should keep your eyes on it in the days and weeks ahead. Yeah, and here's a weekly candle chart of gold and silver, gold at the top, silver at the bottom. And we can see that gold has some kind of a double bottom in place around 1150. I personally don't think it's a double bottom, but only time will tell. I mean, typically when you have a double bottom, the rally that comes off the second low tends to be really explosive. And the sharp sell-off that we had that started at the end of January and went into the beginning of March from 1300 down to 1150. I mean, that happened very quickly. And you can see that gold was down 6 out of 7 weeks. I remember it was down 10 out of 11 days. And so just that kind of the strength and the pace of that sell-off, that leads me to believe that this is just a bear market rally, but that's just an opinion. Obviously could be wrong. So keep an eye on the resistance at around 1240. Looking at where the first resistance should come in, I would say 1200 to 1215. If gold can make a weekly close above 1215, then it has a chance to go to 1240. And obviously, if it breaks 1240, you have to start thinking that maybe some kind of a bottom is in. Now, full confirmation with respect to the bottom would be if both gold and silver take out those January highs at about 18.5 for silver, 1300 for gold. If they do that, then I think we can't dispute that a new bull market would be in place. Now, silver has been holding up better than gold recently. What I should say is it's been outperforming gold recently, so that's something to keep an eye on. Closed just below 17 today. Let's see if it can make a weekly close above 1750 or so, which is where the red resistance line is. That would be pretty bullish. So again, those are the resistance targets, 1750, and as far as the first resistance, 1750, and then 1215 to 1200 to 1215 for gold, and 1750 for silver. And this is our final chart, which looks at the gold stocks, and they're potentially going to be coming up on an important resistance point. This is the HUI Gold Bugs Index. It's held above 150 for the time being. The resistance, you can see the 80-week moving average. I've talked about this before, but it's really been a near perfect indication of support and resistance dating back to 2011. And we can see that last summer it stopped the rally in the gold stocks, and then the gold stocks nearly rallied up to that point at the end of January. So we can see here that that moving average is down below 210. It's at 209. That's going to continue to come down. And then there's a confluence, not a confluence, but lateral resistance there that comes in just above 200. So that area there, just above 200, there's going to be a confluence of resistance coming into place in the next month or two. HUI closed at 173 today. The first resistance is going to be at 180. So let's see if the HUI can take out 180 as far as a weekly close. Again, I personally don't think the bear market is over, but we have to keep our minds open because I do believe at some point this year we're going to see the gold stocks close above that 80-week moving average and confirm a new bull market. But you got to be really careful because there is the possibility that the HUI rallies a little bit more, then turns back down, and if there's a potential for gold to break below 1150, it could go to 1,000, and then you can see the HUI break below 150, and you can see a really ugly sell-off, which would lead to a very sharp rebound in a major bottom like 2000 and 2008. But it's something we have to keep in mind because if there's that potential for a strong sell-off, you don't want to leave yourself unprotected. But for the short term, looks like we're rallying here, and the question is, when will we hit resistance? I mean, can we go above the first resistance? And hopefully in this video, we showed that with respect to the gold stocks and the metals. And that's all for today. You can follow me in my work at thedailygold.com. Thanks everyone for listening and watching, and we'll talk to you again in the next week or two.